going to be like, you know, some democratic group or something, and that's fine. It's like a non-event, right? They got rid of their dictator, right?
Mm-hmm.
So good for them, right?
Right.
But there's like this very undercurrent that people are nervous about, that one of the groups is like, you know, one of these Islamic fascist groups, right?
Right.
And they could take over.
Right.
Now, Egypt happens to have a very big Christian population. It's not like necessarily like, you know, other countries. But they also have Seventh-day Adventists there. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Because when I used to hang out with the, you know, when I used to do kashrus, I told you I would go to like places like Loma Linda and out there in the Animus Belt, where there's a big, strong Seventh-day Adventist community, and one of the plant managers who I used to deal with, who was like the president of a company out there, who was Seventh-day Adventist. I used to schmooze with him, and he was from Egypt. He said there was a lot of people in Egypt who were Seventh-day. I wonder if you knew that.
Moderately. I hadn't really thought about it.
All right. So, anyways, if it does go that way, then the thing I wanted to say is, told you so. Because if you go back, I don't know which video it was or what week, but we were talking about like the 6-Day War and stuff, and I said the Jews should have never. There was two things I said they should have never done. Do you remember what they were?
Change their names?
No. I was talking about the state of Israel.
I don't remember.
Okay, I said that they should have that they should have never given back the Suez Canal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm choking on something. They should have never given back the Suez Canal, and they should have never signed that stupid agreement with President Carter. The, what do you call it?
Camp David Accords.
Yeah, those were two huge mistakes, and I said them at the time. Mm-hmm. And they're coming back to bite the state of Israel in the ass. Mm-hmm. Because let's look at both of them. They were both bad deals for America and for the state of Israel. Here's why. It's going to come back to bite everybody in the ass. First, let's look at the Suez Canal. The state of Israel had just been threatened with annihilation, and they fought a war, and they pushed these guys back. They took over the Suez Canal, and that could have been theirs forever. Right? And I believe Nixon got on the phone and pressured them to give it back. Okay? And I was like, couldn't figure out at the time why they would even care what Nixon had to say. Because they would control that Suez Canal, all the trading through. And like I talked about it here before. If some country tried to push something to a country that doesn't recognize Israel, Israel could say, we're not going to let it through. You know, fuck you. Go around the horn. We don't care. Right? I talked about that here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you think is going to happen when the Suez Canal falls into, you know, an anti-America, anti-state of Israel government?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how is that going to play out for the Jews and for Americans? Not very well, is it? If this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's going to be a disaster. You know how many the U.S. military pushes all their vehicles right through that canal.
Right.
You know, all of our goods that we trade go through that canal. If some Islamic regime takes over, hates America, doesn't let the U.S. through there, forget how this plays out for the Jews in Eretz Yisrael. How is this going to play out for America? Everything is, prices are going to go through the roof. You know what I mean? The military is going to be screwed. We're going to be like, this is a disaster. And if Jimmy Carter hadn't signed that, forced that agreement, and just stayed away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if Nixon had just, you know, well, it's not really Nixon on this one, but if Jimmy Carter had stayed away from this, right? And not... America wouldn't look like the enemy right now. But because of Carter, America looks like the enemy. You understand why?
Why?
Because for 30-something years, the U.S. has been giving, for every dollar it gives to the state of Israel, it gives 50 cents to the Egypt. It pays them not to attack Israel, right? So the people in Egypt see that America's funding their dictatorship. So now what? So now the U.S. is the bad guys. When the people finally overthrow that dictatorship, the U.S. is the bad guys. Because we've been the ones, like, it's like, you know, we've been supporting him for 35 years.
Where in the Talmud does it say the person who says that which is mine and yours is yours?
Mine is yours is yours? That's in Pirkei Avos.
Yeah, and what type of person is that?
What's mine is mine. Shali, shali, v'shalah, shalah?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the, that's meat of stone.
Which is what?
Huh?
Which is what in English?
It's like that doesn't have an English. That's how the people in this town of Sodom.
Oh, it's the meter of Sodom. Okay.
Because everything, like, you can't share with your neighbors, right? So
right.
what's mine is mine, and what's yours is yours.
Because we've got a lot of critics in the chat room complaining to me about the sound quality. And I said, don't criticize, don't hate, innovate. Come up with some solutions. And this guy, Lakewood Rove, says, no, it is your show, your responsibility to make it work, not ours. And that is the meter of Sodom. These guys just, it's like, oh, what's mine is mine, and what's yours is yours, and the sound quality, that's your problem. And I said to this guy, Lakewood Rove, are you not your brother's keeper? Are we not all Uden in this together?
He did that last week. I was reading the chat scripts, the chat scripts. Last week he was a different name. That's Chaim Amalek. And he said, quote unquote, when there was problems, technical problems, he said, apparently Levi and Rabs don't care. The truth is, I do care. And I don't like what's going on, but you don't like my suggestions. As I said, get on Ustreams.
Waiting for you to show me the way.
Well, I'm waiting. I got it. Tomorrow I'm going to go to Best Buy and exchange my webcam, and then if it works, then I'm going to download. I'm going to go with.
We're saying D-Medic is not of the meter of Sodom. He says, okay, I'll make it my mission to find an effective, affordable solution for you guys. It may take time, though.
Because
D-Medic speaks,
because D-Medic is not a Jew.
Delivers.
D-Medic is not a Jew. Jews just know how to complain and slam the door and leave, right?
D-Medic, you complete me.
Okay, you know, it's getting weird here now. Okay, so D-Medic's not a Jew, so he's going to, like, say, okay, I'm going to see how I'm going to fix this problem. A Jew just complains, you know? Because, like Chaim Amalek, because you can tell he's Jewish. That is like typical Jew.
Do you ever have meetups with your fans? Say, hey, fans, I'm going to be at Nagila's 9 p.m. Saturday night.
Well, I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that because I don't have many fans in L.A. What?
I went to a meetup with Hashi Freed for his fans at Nagila's
Oh, really?
Pizza. Nobody showed up.
At Nagila. You know how ironic that is? Because if you go on his blog, when he talked about when he talked about the last time he was here in LA, which was like a year ago, and he was talking about restaurants.
Yeah.
He was reviewing LA restaurants, and he talked about Nagila, and people were saying, oh, it's weird. He came in on his own and commented and said it sucks. He doesn't like Nagila. It's me who likes Nagila. So I find that ironic that you guys went there.
I thanked him for being the shidduch for setting us up.
Okay, let me tell you a story about this.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story about for the viewers. What's going on here? What's going on is there's a guy named Heshi Free.
Yeah.
Right? And you apparently like interviewed him when?
Saturday night.
Saturday night. He had like a live feed and the whole thing. And I didn't even tune in. I had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with this. So I just want everybody to know I had nothing to do with it. Minding my own business Saturday night. You know,
studying Torah.
That. and all of a sudden I check my email late that night, and I have an email from Levi, and it's the chat room transcripts, one page of it,
right,
that he sent to me, and I'm trying to figure out what this is. Was it like from last week, and it got resent to me that I'd never seen it, and I didn't recognize the names in the chat room. They were totally different names than the ones, and like, I could tell this was like weird, and then, so it wasn't from my show, so I'm trying to figure out why did he send it to me. So I read it all the way down, and then somebody, like, you know, guest 10 or something, wrote, Rabbi Rabs needs to come out and admit he's gay, or something like that, right? And I figured, oh, okay, that's why Levi sent it to me, is because some asshole mentioned my name in the chat room, right? So I sent it back to Levi, right? I replied, and I said, I'm trying to figure out, you know, why you sent this to me, and is it because this guy, I don't know if it's a guy, some person,
right,
some anonymous coward on the internet took a cheap shot and mentioned me in this chat, and you wanted me to like be aware of it. So I'm like just trying to figure out if that's what happened. And Levi replies, said, oh, no, I didn't mean to send that to you. It's like, whatever, it wasn't even supposed to go to you. I was like, okay, whatever. So now I'm already thinking, I said, okay, you know what, Rabs, let's not be stupid here. Why did my name come up in this chat? It's probably because they were talking about me